Yo ho ho! What's going on, boys? It's a hot and bright summer day. We're here getting ready for who knows what. Who can really predict what's about to be said right now? You know what this is. The One Punch Man podcast. We bring in that fire. Murata already, bro. Murata set a whole forest on fire, bitch. We just going in there getting lumber. That's it. We just going in there chopping wood that's on fire, bitch. Bringing it over, making a whole little campfire with that bitch. Panel after panel, bro. From the cover page to the last page, bro. Murata was in there writing that bitch, stroking that bitch, left, right, up and down, back and forth. Yeah, bro. You know what that sound was? The sound of his pencil tip hitting the paper, but just whoo.
You sound like you about to get demonetized. I just heard a change fall out your pocket.
Listen here, folks. Today, like many other days, we're gathered here. Excuse me. What the fuck? We're gathered here for greatness. One Punch Man 149. Get the boys back. The band of brothers. Them niggas. The hooligans. The bandits. The savages.
And them.
The roughnecks. What's a British word for what is it? The
mandem.
The mandem.
The mandem.
Old the old taps. What y'all thought of 149, bitch?
I mean, starting with the cover page, man. I've seen a lot of people complaining about Fubuki especially being on the covers. They'll be like, why is Fubuki on the cover? She's not going to be in the chapter doing anything. I'm here to kindly tell y'all to shut up, stop whining. I like it. It's cool. Fubuki can grace any cover. She can stay on all the covers she wants to. If you don't like it, take your ass to One Piece or some shit like that. But yeah, the chapter itself, dope. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to react to it because I wanted to talk about it on the podcast. I didn't get a chance to record anything like that, but chapter was dope.
Yeah. Actually, before I go into talking about how I felt, Grimm, can you hype up our boy who was returned from a long vacation, a long stay away from the podcast?
Down from the mountain of Sinai, ruptured, cultivated, literally welded, smoltered, blacksmithed out of hellfire from the tyrant dragons of Meliodas' cave, man. From the deepest depths of purgatory, man. There is no building that Metal Knight could make to protect you. I don't know what else to say. Kishin's back, bro.
Yo,
Like this.
I'm happy to be back. I don't know how often, but hey, I got off work because I have a job now.
You know, it comes with a job. Hose. It's good, Kishin. I mean, I don't know if you want to continue something else.
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, I like the chapter was good. There was some disappointment around a particular character who is both shiny and dark. So yeah, I think we'll discuss that as we go through it. I was like, I'm not so sure if I'm a fan of that. It really kind of impacted my opinions of him. But the rest of it was good. We got to see some of the characters being alive, some of the characters struggling to stay alive. We got to see a little bit more about Black Sperm and what we thought, or what we made presumptions about his golden sperm form that weren't founded in this chapter. That something else has happened. So yeah, I'd like to discuss that and go through it. But yeah, I think the chapter as a whole was good.
Kishin.
The chapter was fine in my opinion. Maybe not as, in some aspects, not as good as maybe the last one, but in other aspects, yeah. And part of this could be because I haven't been part of the podcast, so like some of it might be kind of just merging and in the back of my head now. You know how I am. Kishin the Forgetful. But yeah, there were some nice moments. You know, the whole like the Piccolo moment with Watchdog Man, you know, or Watchdog the robot protecting, you know, Child Emperor. We finally learned he survived. I kept hoping for the drill backpack, but no, at least we got that revealed. The whole thing with Black Sperm, Golden Sperm, whatever you want to call him, he's just Frieza now. Or Gold Member. Well, that's a little too on the nose, isn't it? Gold Member and he's Sperm, yeah.
Nigga, you think Sperm finna get a beam? Is that what you say? Nigga, you finna get an old death beam, nigga? Stop. Stop. Nigga.
But hey, I had correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't this like the some of the first named attacks for Homeless Emperor, by the way? Like, he never usually says anything when he uses his explosions or anything, right?
I guess so, like, because the attack, the symphony thing that we saw wasn't really called a symphony. Like, he didn't name it. And I don't know, the way he's been saying carpet bombing, it was kind of as if, like, he was describing the action, not, like, a technique. So I never really saw it as, like, a certain name, but we saw something called a carpet bombing in this chapter. So I guess this would be, the first few instances where we're getting named attacks. Like,
It just seemed odd, you know? Like, normally his attacks he has, like, some variety to them, but, like, he never named them. So I was like, I just figured he was just going to be one of those kinds of characters. You know how in DBZ, they don't always name every single energy blast that they fire off?
yeah.
So I thought he was just going to be like that. But no, he came up with a couple names. The extreme carpet bombing was a little eh. I preferred that. What was the other one where he just kind of keeps generating them and they whirl around him? And it's like, just picture him holding a giant gun with a freaking, what do they call it? You know, where the shells just feed into the side of it. That's kind of like, well, yes, but there's like a specific word that it's used when it's that kind. I don't know. But anyway, it's like, you know what I'm talking about, though. So that's, I was like, the whole time he was doing that, that's just what I picture. So, yeah. Overall, the chapter was interesting, and then how it ends, you know, with Child Emperor being saved. He needs life supports in that goddamn bag, I swear.
Before we get to any other portions of the chapter, make sure that you like the video and comment your opinions on the topics that we cover in this podcast below. It's the best way that we can get a farther reach and that we can continue to expand the podcast and expand the content that we do. Remember that it's not just me that makes One Punch Man content. There are other links in the description to the other channels that you can check out right now to get more information and just to relax, bitch, just to chill, bro. Just to hang out, bruh. You know, you watch 1 or 2 Satsuki videos, you click over, watch a Matt video, and then when you're done, you know, you watch 3 or 4 Sundown videos, bruh. Pop in 5 or 6 Kishin videos, bruh, and you come and watch, you know, a podcast, you know the routine for the afternoon, bro. So like the video, bitch. Subscribe. Oh, shit. He's like, hurry up. All right, let's get it started, bro. All right, yeah, I got you.
Your dog beating your ass?
He's like, you better hurry up. All right, so I don't know if we should touch the cover page first or like, just fuck it, or like,
I mean, I think Satsuki's already done that.
I mean, what more can you say? It's Fubuki. It's Fubuki.
Like, I'm surprised it's not like a big collage of like all this. We should probably make a video of that already. She's beautiful. Like, cause Gantz did a pretty good job. Whenever I did a read through of Gantz, I did a really good job of like showing all the different girls, some of the guys too, but like it even pertained to the story. Like whatever was going on in that arc or that particular chapter, you might see that girl on the cover, or you might see that guy on the cover. I'm not mad that every single, or most of the time, the focus is on Fubuki because that's who the focus needs to be on. But you know,
Rada got his priorities straight. You know.
Put the tits on the title page and the guys will read it. Or
right.
they'll at least buy it so they can look at it and then do some naughty things in the room. I don't judge.
So Fuhrer Ugly. It was kind of weird. I wasn't expecting Homeless Emperor to interfere, like at this point in the fight. There like really wasn't any signs. But I guess the part that I put together as to why it makes sense was more so that like his initial plan seemed to be that he wanted the cadres to beat everybody, kill all the humans to an extent even, and then he would kill them. So I guess like by having Gold and Sperm beat down and probably kill Fuhrer Ugly, that would like deplete his ability to do that. So that's my guess for why that happened. But what do you guys think Homeless decided to interfere here?
It was weird. I'll say that much. It was just weird because it seemed like Homeless Emperor was content to sit back with anything else. Maybe it's just because, like you said, it's infighting that made him want to go like, all right, let me mediate this. But it didn't seem like that either. Like, you know, he talks to Golden Sperm. He's saying like how he can still use Vomited Fuhrer Ugly. Even if he's half dead, but I don't know. Considering the power that he's displaying, like, does he need Vomited Fuhrer Ugly to like dispatch of like the rest of the other heroes? I mean, what Homeless Emperor is showing, he could do it easy enough. Like he literally just came up off his ass and then just annihilated them. So it just seemed like an odd moment for him to come in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too sure why he chose this specific time. It almost felt like he was kind of, now that Golden Sperm showed his true form, he kind of came out to show that he's still capable of being a threat. But rather than attacking Golden Sperm, he made an example of Fuhrer Ugly. But then that kind of, like, I don't understand why he'd do that. That kind of feels a bit that there'd be no need for him to outright express how powerful he is. It would have been more badass and kind of a little bit more sinister if he just sat back and carried on chilling in the presence of Golden Sperm. So I'm not too sure why he chose this moment, but I think it's something to do with, you know, showing that he's still capable and can take on Golden Sperm if he wanted to.
Do you really think that Homeless could beat other heroes on his own?
You talking to me or Sundown?
I'm talking to you.
Say the question again. Do I think he could beat who?
The heroes on his own?
I mean, let's just say for the sake of plot, that would never happen. But from what he's showing, he can do something like that. I'm not saying it'll be like some easy thing. You know, he could just like, you know, brush his hands and then he'll just take a nap after it. But it seems like he has the power to do that, just from where we are in the story right now. Because the heroes, and I'm just talking about the heroes as he knows are on the battlefield. Tatsumaki is half dead, had to be dragged by Genos. Genos is in shambles. You have Bang and Bomb, who they're occupied right now. Darkshine, who is you got Darkshine, and like
Just say it. Just say it.
who is I don't see who's stopping him, especially if he gets off these attacks in a safe place, because like nobody's near him right now. Like the one weakness Homeless Emperor has is that he has a human body, but he can fire these attacks from anywhere and just, like you said, carpet bomb. So if he's at a safe distance, just shooting you, I don't see what the hell you can really do to him. Because you got to deflect it. You either dodge or deflect it.
I think it's a little too early in the podcast to be saying that Homeless can beat everybody, Satsuki.
I'm saying the current heroes right now, because of, and partly it's because of some of them being occupied, and also because he's in a safe space. He's not engaged with anybody. That's the issue.
This is like a prediction for next chapter, because like the current heroes right now is what we have: Ian, Atomic, Spring Mustachio, technically Darkshine still, and that's it, right? Bang, Bong, and Fubuki are occupied.
I mean, it wouldn't happen just because, like, especially because Homeless Emperor hasn't shown like the desire to get rid of everybody yet. He's just like relaxing. I think that's going to be the downfall of him. Like if he was trying to kill all the heroes from the jump, just based on the power that he's been showing and the fact that there seems to be no limit to it, I think the hero should have died if he was serious from the very start.
I don't know what to say about this. It's like I get what you're saying, like, because nobody stopped him. No, a single person has stopped Homeless Emperor, right? Like Tatsumaki technically escaped.
Yeah, really, no one's laid a hand on him. Nobody can.
Amai got close. Amai got caught. Fubuki defended against him with that barrier, but then she didn't encounter him until the surface. When he came to the surface, he bodied Zombie Man and almost took out a child after that.
More like continued to body Zombie Man, sadly.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of been ever since they met. He's like, God damn it, give me 5 seconds, bastard. I can't even grow back my legs.
He's taking his cheeks.
Oh, he took them because he can't keep them.
I'm still not gonna agree with you, Satsuki. Like, I don't think he can beat everybody, but
I think a little bit like Black Sperm, actually. He can pretty much give everyone on the battlefield, if he wanted to, a run for their money. I mean, Black Sperm pretty much did that by his onesies. And with his carpet bombing, he's basically keeping 3 heroes occupied. Although I was a little bit confused as to why Atomic didn't decide to, party it up in there. He's got his new cool ass sword called like Sundown something.
A Sunblade.
If it's not addressed, it's got to be plot, because that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I reckon it's going to be something like, he didn't want to unleash it for whatever reason, and then I'd have an issue if it was Atomic versus Homeless, because I feel like the arc that needs to complete itself there is Atomic versus Golden Sperm. So I'm not sure if he's going to unleash his sword against Homeless Emperor, and that might be the reason, just simply because he's supposed to face Black Sperm.
It's got to be that. It's gonna be. To me, it's gonna be some like honor shit to where like Atomic's gonna sit there and like be like, "Good job, Yanni," or something like that, or make it be like some shit like that, where he delegated it to his disciple or whatever, and then. But I don't know, bro. It's weird. Like that's a whole weird setup and everything. I'm not. Yeah. That was weird, but there's more to talk about here in this first sequence. There's a few more things to derive from. So I guess before. No, let's just keep on. Since we're talking about homeless already. So, you are speculated on why homeless is starting now to interfere. Do you guys like remember what we've been seeing for like 3 chapters now? Like what have you guys gotten from the past 3 chapters now, basically? Maybe four, maybe 5 or 6 chapters now.
About homeless?
About just the chapters. Like what's been like the theme of the chapters?
Basically the monsters starting to kick ass and turn the tide of the battle against the heroes.
Black
Yeah,
Sperm.
Yeah, the tide being a tide of black sperm. Yeah,
It's literally been every single hero for the past 5 chapters has at least been fighting Black Sperm. Every single one of them.
It's been Studio 69 every chapter.
So like
For me, it's been like this the theme over the course of how many chapters has been the monsters getting their second win and their power ups, so to say. We got Garou, who came back stronger than he was when we last seen him. We had Black Sperm with this golden sperm transformation. We got vomited Fuhrer Ugly, and we didn't get anything from homeless, but the fact that he's moving now, and with the potential of him being pushed into a state that he'll probably get a power up, that seems to be the theme, at least on the monster side. Them getting that second wind.
I definitely agree with that. That's 100%. But I was more so in the context of Homeless Empire saying Black Sperm because I think this is the evidence or the first stage or the opening act of what Psychos was talking about. So previously, whenever Tatsumaki was first putting the pressure on Psychos and Orochi had been incapacitated by Saitama, she said that Homeless Emperor and Black Sperm together were an unstoppable tandem. Now, this is the first time in the series where we're actually getting to see these 2 characters fight. First, like we said before, we saw his performance up against Zombie Man, and then we've seen his dominant performance over here on the surface as well. Black Sperm put on a crazy performance up against Atomic Samurai, but people just took that more as clowning. And that's not everybody. This is more so just the community because we troll a lot. But that definitely like put some haze over like the whole Black Sperm thing. The fact that like Atomic Samurai was in there and it was funny. But now every hero has had what happened to Atomic happen to them.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Darkshine could be given an exception because it's Golden Sperm that's doing it to him. But like Bang's been getting swamped, Genos has been getting swamped, Tatsumaki's been getting swamped. Everybody here's been getting swamped by a bunch of Black Sperms. So Satsuki in the beginning of the stream mentioned that Homeless can beat everybody. Or it seems like he's pretty tough to stop him right now from the people that's out there on the surface at the moment in their current conditions. This seems to be the fulfillment of what she was talking about, or at least the beginning stages of it. There's really nothing that you can do right now up against Golden Sperms. You got.
He is singular. Thank you very much. He is not sperm.
Whatever. I'm holding on to my theory until it comes.
Which
through.
actually, you do have to wonder. Like they all merged back into each other just to make this form. Like
no, there's more. There's more everywhere.
It just seems like what is the how many duplicates does it take to create the golden form? Like we never got a number, so there has to be something like that.
Yeah, it's a question. That question will answer everything, bro. I feel like it's such an obvious question that like they're just holding it out on us. Like when I say I think there's going to be multiple golden sperms, like you can't tell me that's illogical. That's 100%. That's right on the line, bro. We just at the end of the chapter we just seen I think Sundown said something about it or alluded to something about this. About the 10K black sperm clones.
15,000 actually.
Nah, you got a bad translation.
The same goddamn translation.
What did it say?
It said 15,000 detachment force.
The one I read said 10,000.
I thought it said, the one I read said 10.
Damn, bro, them niggas gave you 5K more, huh? All right.
Oh, no, wait, it is 10K. Sorry, my bad.
Okay, but yeah. So
I could have sworn it was 15.
if there's 10,000, so I guess we should specify that real fast. Or we're gonna say that to the end, but like, tell me your interpretation of that right there. So Fuhrer's walking away, and then black sperms walk up behind him over a hill. There's 4 of them. We can confirm there's 4 of them because Metal Bat walked up on them from behind. The label reads 10K sperm count detached force. I believe that this means that these 4 black sperms in total can split 10,000 times to make 10,000 individual sperms.
Yeah, they're each 2,500.
Yeah. That's what I believe it means.
I don't think that's what it means. I think it means one of 2 things. Either the original, that tidal wave, which would be a bit weird, because I assumed that number was a lot higher than 10K, but what I'm assuming this means is either from that original 10K number, this is a detached force. So this is 4 of the original 10K from that tidal wave of black sperm. Or there are currently 10K black sperms active outside of the golden sperm, and this is a detached force from them.
I would combine those theories, to be honest. I think during the tsunami of black sperm, that's where he started sending out like little special troops to kind of spread his influence in case, he had to like what he's doing right now. He's keeping an eye on his enemies, or in this case, his allies. But he can wrangle up people real quick if he has to. If anyone tries to escape, he can ambush whatever. But in all of that chaos, no one's going to notice a few of these, little Teletubby gremlins, flying off somewhere.
No, I think I don't like I think detached force. I think that's referring to right now. Like right now, they detached to right now to do this. I think this is describing this is a detached force right here, like from the main force, the main sperms. This is a 10K sperm count detached force. To me, implying that, I already explained it, yeah. But Satsuki, do you have a variation? Or you already went?
No, I'm leaning towards what Sundown said. I think the 4 black sperm that we've seen are just among the 10K that are possibly spread out somewhere else. It could be that, like you said, they split into 10K. They have the potential to be a 10K force after splitting, but it's just an odd thing because when Metal Bat swings on them, they're just gone. You don't see them again. So that's why I believe that. Granted, we only saw one panel after he did the swing.
That's what I would have said.
So they possibly could have split and then we could see them again. But I'm just going off of how that panel went.
Because with that, you're implying that Metal Bat just killed 4 black sperms.
That's what it looks like right now.
Come on, tell me I can't do that.
When has it been a time that they split or that they got hit by something or sliced and they didn't multiply immediately?
A bunch of the panels for the Sword Saints, they were popping them complete Zombie. We were complaining about that in a reread. I think that Zombie was just popping some of them, and we didn't get to see them replicate. They just had the depiction of popping around their heads or around their bodies or wherever they got hit.
Also, we're to take this as these are the basest of his form. When he splits off, Like, if they don't have any duplicates built into them, they can't split or anything. Right?
Yeah, it might even be because he unleashed his maximum split technique, so he completely split to a point where he can't split beyond that. Maybe now these sperms are actually dying rather than splitting.
That would be
And
the.
also it might be because, well, that might be one explanation, but the second explanation for these guys dying, this detached force, might also be because golden sperm has appeared. So maybe now they, with a golden sperm present, maybe they can't split further.
Ooh, that's a possibility.
Yeah, that's along what I was thinking.
I don't, because the zombie thing was happening before. I think before. Yeah. It was right when they arrived. They all did attacks. Remember we saw the Amahade had the swords on his legs. They were popping them then. We didn't see them split. So like that happened before the tsunami, where we got to see the extent of him splitting that way. But
Was that before the tsunami?
Yeah.
I'm a hard ending, guys.
Yeah, they arrived before the tsunami for sure.
Okay.
It's gonna have a disturbing theory.
I mean, but that's in practice the same theory that we all agreed upon that in previous streams. That like, it seems like if you have black sperm split to his limit, then killing a sperm means that he can't split, right? So
Yeah.
Right now we're just debating whether, like, I personally don't believe that he's at the limit anymore. Like, let's say it was 5 billion or whatever that he split to. I think that he's retracted that number down to a certain amount to get into golden sperm. But I don't know, like the question is that Kishin posed, that we've had for a while now, how many are required to make a golden sperm? And how many are left out? We just saw King walk up on a huge, like, force that's surrounding Tatsumaki and Genos. I'm assuming that that the only other force out here isn't just this 10k force that's coming after Fear. It's probably like more around here. I'm not sure how many sperms there are left. And if you have 10k still capable in just these 4 guys, what does that say about the rest of them? Like, does that mean that all the rest of the sperms that were on the page or King walked up on, are those 10k sperm worth as well? Like, is that a detached force of 10k sperm? I know we're disagreeing on the interpretation of 10k, but like, in one interpretation, where this means how many times they could split, would that mean that each individual sperm down there is 10k? Or in the other interpretation, what you guys said, like, does that mean that like there's only 10k sperms left surrounding Genos and Tatsumaki?
Yeah, we definitely need more information on that.
Yeah. Hard to tell at this point. It's not like we gonna count them, so.
Shit.
Yeah, it's like, what series or whatever was it? Oh wait, it was from the movie Robots when they were like counting in the climax with the climax black sperm. Unintentional jump.
He's back.
But anyway, in the climax they're like counting all the like little minion robots, and they're like, there's 1, 2, 3. Will you all stop moving around?
The same bad jokes too, my boy.
Of course. What you thought 3 months away or whatever I was going to change?
all right, but let's go back to the first point. I think we could finish it off almost, or maybe not.
No.
So Satsuki's already pointed out the almost indomitability of Homeless Emperor if he were to involve himself in the current state of affairs. We've been seeing Black Sperm completely monopolize the battlefield in every single aspect. A moment ago, a few chapters ago, before Garou arrived, everybody was fighting Black Sperm. Literally, everybody was fighting Black Sperm, and they weren't winning. With those two factors together, do you believe in Homeless Sperm? The grouping, the team up, the tandem, the army of two, the duet, the duo, the bros.
Really an army of two given Black Sperm is what he is.
There's literally an army of two, bruh. Literally
He's an
an
army of one, though.
literally an army. You're right. You're right.
He's a fucking planet's worth population.
Hey, bro. It's a whole lot of skeet right there, bro. You know, I ain't gonna lie to you about that. But, like, I'm basically asking you, does the threat that Homeless Emperor and Black Sperm seem to pose, that you're looking at right now, that you've understood, you've reread, you read through it, what you remember, the threat that they pose, your opinion about their power levels together, working together, is it stronger than any other threat we faced so far in terms of dragons? I'm not talking about Orochi. I'm not talking about Tatsumaki at full power. I'm talking about Melzigard. I'm talking about Carnage Kabuto. I'm talking about Goketsu. I'm talking about Elder Centipede. I'm talking about Rover. I'm talking about Beefcake. Like, is our Homeless and Black Sperm, Golden Sperm, devastating Elder Centipede? Is Rover gonna run away from a Homeless Emperor and Black Sperm? Is Homeless Sperm really killing Goketsu? Carnage Kabuto isn't beating an army of Black Sperm and Homeless Emperor. What are your opinions?
This tandem looks nasty. Homeless Emperor by himself, as I already said, the issue with him is we haven't seen a limit to his power. Like, he seemingly can just fire off these energy blasts with no sign of needing relief or anything like that. So that's already an issue in of itself. But then when you factor in, like, let's say Black Sperm is the one that's like the infantry and he's the one that charges first. What makes it even worse is that he doesn't need to show caution with his attacks in the tandem with Black Sperm. He could literally just carpet bomb while Black Sperm is also attacking whoever. And the way his power works, it will only help him split and further overwhelm their opponent. So it's also the fact that their powers kind of complement each other, at least in that scenario that I drew up. So, like, you can draw up scenarios for monsters to possibly beat them, but I think if things are balanced, this tandem is looking damn near unbeatable right now.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much agree with Satsuki's rundown there. I mean, against Elder Centipede, just because of his particular array of abilities, like his regen, his kind of hard exterior, and what he was able to survive from Genos. It would be cool to see a Homeless Sperm duo against Elder Centipede. That'd be a really good fight. But yeah, like Satsuki was saying, all of their abilities seem to complement each other. Homeless hasn't really broken a sweat yet. And to be fair, even Black Sperm, even like he's shown his anger, he's shown worry and anxiety in a couple situations, but he doesn't really seem to have outright put in much effort. Like, even in his Golden Sperm form, he hasn't like been straining to unleash an attack or been considering, okay, this is my last move. I got to do something here. This is the pinnacle of my attacks. Neither of them have really shown any of that. So we're kind of just seeing both of them essentially just taking a stroll in the park, and they're holding down some really, really top quality heroes.
Casual flexing. That's all it is. Quite literally in Golden Sperm's case, considering Darkshine's reaction to him. That was sad.
So you guys think they're beating Elder Centipede?
Ooh, I'm not sure about that one.
We for me to believe that, we had to see the full extent of Golden Sperm's power, because I don't know if Homeless Emperor got that power. Like, his shit is devastating, don't get me wrong, but bro, like, Elder Centipede is just built different, bro. So I would have to see like how strong, like, I can't even like use the Dark Shine thing to like give him clout too much just because Darkshine is just he's so disappointing, man. Oh
Yo,
my God.
can't nobody tell me Darkshine stock ain't
man.
dropped, bro.
Yeah.
He's not lackluster anymore. He's just lackluster.
I always say this. It's not even just because of like himself, like his actual power, but his mentality is, oh my God, is god awful. He just don't persevere. He don't persevere over any type of fucking shit. Like, bro, we literally just went underground where you had this whole thing of you getting your ass whooped with Garou, and you overcame that and you found your confidence because of Sweet Mass, and it was a good moment. And then you went right back to the
Eek!
balling up the fetal position. It's, oh my God.
Well, I mean, his skin was melting off or whatever.
It's a bad look, man. It's just a bad
it's
look.
It's just like, come on, man. You know, you're Darkshine, S-class hero. Make it look like it, and he's just not doing that.
No. He didn't try to dodge. He didn't try to block the attack. He just took it. He just took a fucking punch to the chest. Why?
And the thing was, he was in pain, but he was more shocked about the fact that this dude was like, the striation in his muscles. Oh, how are they better than mine? Is he shinier than I am? What's going on? I say, dude, like, you care about this while the acid's like ripping through your skin, through to your ribs, and you're more concerned about this guy's he's got a better flex than you, and then you got punched in the jaw by him.
I can't. I said maybe 2 or 3 podcasts ago, like putting them in the same tier as Bang. I apologize to Bang and Bomb. I was wrong. Darkshine, get the fuck up out of that tier, boy. You're going 2 tiers below after this shit. No more. His mentality alone puts him down the tier. Like that alone. Cause like I want people to like get this, cause that's an important factor into how strong you are, because we've seen emotions affect people's actual powers. Like we've seen Fubuki go past her limits, like how strong she actually is normally. We've seen that with a lot of different characters where they push beyond their limits. Like Darkshine just don't got that, bro. He's just not that guy. He's not.
Yo, is this like is this like an artificial cap? Cause like technically, is he gonna lose to everybody stronger than him?
I don't know.
Darkshine.
That's what happened, isn't it? Somebody that's stronger than him, like
Darkshine's been capping from the beginning, dude. He ain't even black.
Oh shit! Nah, man. Like, let's hold off with the Darkshine though, because we got plenty of slander for him. We got some hype though. We've given our thoughts, or sparsely, around the Tim that is home with Sperm. Maybe even its confrontation up against the Centipede, just to see how strong we really think it is. All in all, though, we pointed out though that this tandem is just beginning and it's already devastating. But somebody who even got in the way of this tandem, but has been ravaging themselves, lost a spotlight. I don't think, unlike Darkshine, I don't think that this loss of spotlight hit anywhere near the same. I think that like this guy is still top tier in my personal opinion, and that nothing that's happened so far has degraded him. I'm talking about Fuhrer Ugly. Fuhrer Ugly walked in, humiliated a Mind Mask. Fuhrer Ugly ripped apart a Mind Mask from the bottom first. He looked at his butthole and split it. He went after Tank Top. Full force. Tank Top. Took him out. Then proceeded on with the rest of the heroes, bruh. Even outmanned Tatsumaki. Then started taking hits. This is the part that I'm really excited about. Took hits, had his own power redirected on himself from Bang once or twice, bro. Got sat there, ate, crunched down, and then ate up by gums. Spit all over with acid and stuff. Like, came back out. Started just, like, doing that thing to old boys. Then gets beat down by Golden Sperm. And now, Homeless Emperor again. Or Homeless Emperor is busting through him. I think what caught me at the end of this chapter, when Fuhrer sitting there smiling, talking about some, hey, I'm about to go get you, bang. That showed me that he's nowhere near done. His spirit is not broken. His injuries have not demoralized him. And he's even going after improving himself to become stronger, to actually feel his revenge. I don't know what the word is to use. His vendetta of revenge or whatever. Are you impressed by a homeless emperor's durability? Like, this acid is stomach fluid is killing him. Like, that's why he's this strong. Because that acid is currently and actively killing him. He's in pain. Like, is this nigga not like more of a tank than Darkshine? Like what are your opinions of Fuhrer Ugly?
I think we're pretty much saying this like every podcast now, but he has been like one of the most imposing monsters on the battlefield, and it's not because of his strength, it's because of his demeanor and his mentality. He wants to go out there and annihilate you. He doesn't want to just simply kill you. He wants to fuck with you, torture you, put you on display, and like hang your guts on the power pole. He is a disgusting dude. And the fact that he is taking hits from Golden Sperm and Homeless Emperor and Fighting Bang, like he's damn near fought like everybody on the battlefield. He still has the mentality like, hey, yo, I got my ass whooped. All right, who next? Like that's the mentality I wish Darkshine would have, because yo, he just got his ass whooped. He just got outplayed. But he like, well, I can't beat them. I can't beat them right now. So let me go ahead and let me go up against Bane real quick. Let me get my dub.
While he's being depleted as he fights.
That's true.
His bravado just doesn't decrease.
Yeah, I'm a little bit I think what I'd like to understand, that panel right there actually of Fuhrer Ugly lying down with holes in him, it makes me wonder if he actually has like his physical body anymore, or is he completely made up of vomit? Because if he's got holes in him and he's walking away just pretty much just fine after that bombardment by Homeless Emperor, this dude, like, look, the holes have all vanished and everything. He's just walking away like he's cool with it. I'm like, dude, you just got many caps popped up your ass, and you seem to be completely fine. Like, pride hurt, but physically you're pretty good. You're just looking for someone to basically provide your next meal so you can buff yourself back up again. But I'm super impressed by, like, I think we all have been from the beginning with Fuhrer Ugly. But even in this chapter, he got his ass whooped, and I'm still thinking, yo, this guy's a tank. How did he take all of that and just come out saying, yeah, I just need my meal and I'll be back.
it's just funny when he get his ass whooped and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna come back, bro. I got you. It's like when you win a fight against someone and they go, I got something for your ass.
Yeah.
Trying to get the gun.
Fuhrer went to go get the gun. Oh, you're gonna jump me, ain't it? All right.
I got something for your ass. Just wait.
It makes you kind of wonder, if he ate the rest of Gums, would he gain Gums like super eating potential? Like where his teeth could eat and chew through anything? We already know he's got the dissolving nature of Gums' stomach, so.
But that's more so because, like,
they basically fucking fused.
No, I wouldn't say that. It's more so just like somebody poured a bucket of water on you and then you're still wet, so you go around hugging motherfuckers. And then you see a little puddle and you start sucking up and licking up on that puddle, bro, just to stay wet. You know.
That makes no sense.
I'm so confused.
That's what Fuhrer's doing, bro. Look, you just
No, the man can fucking heal from goddamn holes in his body.
Right.
I'm like Sundown. I don't know what's left of him anymore.
It's not healing, bro. That's like if you just dipped in snow, right? And then, you know,
The fuck are you talking? No, it does not work this way. This is like if you built a snowman, punched holes in it, and then it just absorbed the snow all around it and then filled those holes. And it's like, haha, Frosty's back, motherfuckers.
Look, bro, I'm not saying that there's not something irregular about the consistency of his stomach acid all over Fuhrer, but we'll see, bro. We just pointed out. I agree. He's a big tank, big boy tank, big strong. Got diesel. Let's go on to the show though. Let's show up. In chapter 148, we got to see the arrival of Golden Sperm. Before that, we got to see the limit of black sperm splitting, the sperm tsunami. This seems to be the opposite of that. We haven't really gotten a great look at his combat capabilities. He literally only did one thing. Literally one thing. But who he did it to is why we're so impressed. What is your opinion of Golden Sperm right now? In contrast to everybody in the series, all the rest of the dragons in the series. I'm talking about appearance, and I'm talking about strength.
I don't think he's had a very like he doesn't nothing in this chapter like caps his strength. Like he gives you an idea, but because of how like messed up Darkshine is, and like the Fuhrer Ugly tells you more than the Darkshine thing, in my opinion, honestly. Just because Darkshine didn't try to shield himself or anything like that. And also the way Golden Sperm is talking kind of gives you an idea of his strength and how people might view him. He seems to be, I mean, even before the Golden Sperm thing, like he was, I think we all believed him to be one of the strongest monsters. So I don't think much has changed in that regard, not from this chapter, but because it's a whole different form and, you know, it's an upgrade, that tells you that there's more in store for him. So like this chapter didn't tell me how strong Golden Sperm is, but I'm just like, hey, you with the shits. It's another monster that how I don't know how we're going to deal with him.
Yeah, I mean, I think I agree with Satsuki. There's not really too much more Golden Sperm did in this chapter compared to the last chapter. I mean, he did put a dent in Darkshine's face, which I don't think we've seen like a. Have you seen him like with his face caved in or dented for like a panel or two before this? I don't think we have. But in this situation, once he gets punched and he flies over towards Atomic and the boys, his face is still has the impact of the punch in it, which I was surprised about. So it looks like he actually managed to hurt Darkshine, although I don't think he's bleeding or anything like that. What I was more surprised about with Golden Sperm was the fact that there are still black sperms active. So that completely like threw out our previous discussions. We were just like, yeah, all of the sperms must have fused in order to create this Golden Sperm. Otherwise, that would just be OP, and it seems like it's just OP. There's still other black sperms able to do their thing, but we don't know if they're limited in any way. Like, can they still duplicate? Do they still have their stretchy kind of punching ability and kicking ability, all that type of stuff? So I'd like to find that out, to be honest, but we'll see as the chapters go on.
Oh, are you posing that Golden Sperm can stretch like the other sperm?
Well, I'm hoping he can. That it'd be a bit awkward and a bit unfortunate if he can't. But I'm also wondering if the other black sperms that are still active, if they can still stretch. Because when they punched, who was it, that Metal Bat in this chapter, none of them actually used like an enlarged fist or an enlarged leg.
Yeah,
they all punched him
anything special.
Yeah. They didn't do anything special against Atomic either.
They actually had to team up to do that attack, by the way. So that kind of hints that, yeah, they can't use any of the abilities that they've been doing up to this point.
What?
I said hint. It could be wrong. Could just be that they wanted to fuck with him. And it's like, haha, gonna punch you 4 times, bitch. It's like, who's punching you? Is it all one guy or is it 4 guys? You don't know. You're just getting sucker punched.
Yeah, bitch. Say, bitch,
And he
first
just-
one.
Yeah, you go, bitch, 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 bitch. And then he just goes, oh, whack. And then they're like, fuck. But yeah. But the thing about Golden Sperm is, like, he doesn't look like he's necessarily going to have anything particularly, new about him. He just seems like a more impressive version, a more ornate version of what we've seen up to this point. Now, if he does have the transformation abilities and, like, could say, like, split his arm into 2 and then have, like, 4 arms or something and just, rapid punch and whatnot, that could be interesting. We haven't seen the black sperms do that necessarily. They usually just make, like, a giant version of something when they merge together, but because he's so many, maybe he can just kind of manipulate that. But, it might depend on the opponent he goes up against, though. Because, Darkshine wasn't doing much of nothing up until that point against him anyway. He too damn worried about his losing the shine. But yeah. But a theory I have about Golden Sperm is, okay, just like biologically speaking, one sperm reaches the egg and all the other sperm die. Maybe that's the reason why all of the black sperm we're seeing are being taken out so easily now.
You out here, you got somebody pregnant, Kishin? What you talking about eggs, bitch?
I'm talking about fucking
You hungry, though?
What?
You
want some eggs or some shit? Like, what you talking about eggs for, bro?
You talking about the wrong type of eggs, man.
Yeah, you. What biology class did you go to, bro?
Laying golden eggs and shit, man. Like,
I don't want to see the goose that laid this one.
Darkshine.
No, he just a 0. He a goose egg.
So let's be. We've slandered enough, right? You did a good job doing it at the beginning. So let's be realistic here. Are we? Okay, let me be straight up.
Just so you guys know, Grimm
Damn,
has
Keisha.
a close up of Golden Sperm's ass. On
Yo,
the
he's gay.
So it's like, if he would please shift away from that, that'd be much appreciated. I don't need to see them golden glutes anymore.
You have to distract it, huh, Keisha?
No.
No. To be serious though, so it's our jobs as readers to receive the information and interpret it to a certain degree, right? They draw it out there, they put things on the page, we understand it as best we can, but there's always going to be some form of difference of interpretation, even to the most minuscule degree, right? We can all agree that if we see a person in a page getting into a car, that this person got into a car. Pretty much, nobody's really going to debate that. But there are times where the author doesn't display exactly what he wants to get across in a page. Maybe even more than a page. Maybe in an entire sequence of pages. Maybe an entire chapter. A whole arc. Maybe an entire plot line doesn't get across as the author intended. My worry is that the degradation or the degrading of Darkshine is going to be so strong that his redemption won't be enough. And I'm trying to figure out if that's just me or if there are other people who also feel like, man, Darkshine's really fallen from what I thought he used to be. Maybe I'll never be able to see him like that same way again. or what would be required for you to see Darkshine in that same light as he was before, or do you still have faith? That's what I'm. That's the question. Like, do you think there will ever be a point? We already crossed the point to where Darkshine is humiliated too much.
It's so funny you say that because I've had this exact same thing happen with the character in Kingdom. Kishin or Sundown, do you guys read Kingdom?
Yes. I
No,
react to it
sir.
weekly.
Oh, you said no, Sundown?
Nope. But you
Okay,
can
well,
go ahead. I'm not going to be reading it. You can give spoilers.
I just wanted to see if you guys will understand this point because I had this issue with Heki and I'm not caught up to Kingdom right now, but I think it was I don't know what I guess you could call it the invasion of Wei. I guess that's what you could call it. Basically when he was up against the Quan Rong, it got to a point to where he was getting devastated so much in that arc that you knew the redemption was going to come because there was no other way you could go with this character because you're not just going to like humiliate him time after time after time with there being
Never
no
been a
type of
gentleman.
payoff. So I in that same way I could kind of see that with Darkshine. Like he's getting like flexed on so much that his redemption might feel unearned at some point. And I don't know if I'll ever feel the same way about him because of how it's happening. It's not the fact that he's getting beat. We see heroes not be able to get the job done here and there. It's fine, but he is literally crying. He is in awe of Golden Sperm, bro. Like stop being starstruck and be a hero. You're you're an S-class hero. You're at the peak. You are the shield between these monsters and destroying humanity. You can't look at Golden Sperm. I don't care. I don't give a fuck about how strong he is. And look at him like, oh my god, he's so much shinier. He's so strong. No, bruh. You gotta man up, stand in the paint, and do your shit. You're an S-class hero, bro. So I don't. He's going to get his redemption. I thought he already did when he had to talk with Sweet Mass, but yeah, I think it's to a point to where I don't think I'll ever look at him in the same way again. He already ruined things when I found out he wasn't black, so like it's been like ever since then. It's been like downhill. I can't lie.
Oh man. Yeah. So with Darkshine, I think there might even be room here for more humiliation, and I think I share the same mindset as Satsuki in the sense of maybe I won't see him in the same light again. You know, we all thought Darkshine was cool as hell. This guy that couldn't be damaged. He's just running into things and they're exploding out of existence. That was awesome, and I really liked all of that. So maybe I won't be able to see him in that same light again. But really, the issue with him hasn't been his performance per se. It's been his mentality and his approach. So I mean, even if there was some sort of time skip, and we saw a difference in his mentality and a difference in his approach, maybe I wouldn't like him as much. But he would certainly grow on me again if he had like a completely different mentality. If he saw someone, for instance, that was stronger than him or someone that could damage him, and rather than curling up into himself and going into this place where he's convinced he's going to lose, where he's convinced his shine isn't enough or his muscles aren't big enough, or the guy in front of him is just too oiled up for him to fathom. Instead of all of that, if he actually approaches it in a way where he's like, I'm an S-class hero, this is my job, I'm gonna go above and beyond what I have right now, and he kind of adopts that mentality of an S-class, then I'll learn to like him once again. But that's kind of the path we thought we were taking when Amai gave him that talk. And I'm kind of happy that just that one talk wasn't enough to change his entire mindset, his entire kind of output, because it never just takes one conversation to completely change how you act. You know, it's ingrained in him. That's how he's been for however many years. So he needs a step-by-step kind of process, maybe even a few months, years, whatever, to change how he's acting. And that's what I want to see. I want to see if he can actually change his approach to things. And once he does, I think I'll start to like him again.
Let's get that man some therapy. Problem is finding a couch big enough to fit him on. I just can't believe that he said eek again. Like, good lord. It must be his go-to I'm worthless sound.
That shit's like pride removing. Like you don't even know, bro.
Yeah.
Just laid out, bro.
Hey, but we do get to see some of the damage that's being done to his body, though.
Oh, like the way Darshan's getting dicked on. Like this is how. Like the way I feel about Darshan is like how people used to like roast Genos for like losing fights and whatnot. But like in all those fights that Genos lost, like bro, he never lost heart, bro. That is so important to me. He never lost heart. He got his upgrades, got right back to that shit. Simple.
That's probably
And,
what defines Genos, honestly.
Yeah, his perseverance is godlike. It's elite level. And I'm not saying that like everybody has to be a perfect hero. I actually think it makes it interesting that Darshan has these flaws in his characters that he can work on after this arc. It's just that at this current stage, like given the situation of the moment, like this is the moment. Like put this in context. If they don't win this, these are S-class heroes. If they don't win this, nigga, the world is gone. And you just looking at him because a nigga's more shiny than you? What? Bro, this is like this is like this life or death, bro. I'm not asking you to be perfect, but bro, man up, man. Come on, man. I need more. This ain't gonna cut it.
Oh man, yeah, but actually, the point around his injuries, it doesn't look like he's. So it looks like his chest is scarred up quite a bit, and it looks like it's been burnt away. But it's not quite as bad. I thought it was going to go down to like we see his ribs, we see his organs, but it looks like it's still relatively shallow in comparison to organ level.
Yeah, I was wondering how the rest of that was gonna play out because the chest one was like, I understood the hands. The hands was fine, but you see people persevere through like hand injuries all the time in anime. But like chest one like that, we just didn't know like the true extent of the acid. Because Amahade and Ichiden get just punched, and like his entire like midsection's gone. Amahade is like dipped in a puddle of like acid, and like he's just melting away. But Darkshine, I guess, is just muscly enough to have it just melt through his top part. Not even. You can still see the definition of his abs over all the scars and shit. So
Actually, what I'm thinking is happening is that it's melting off his skin, and we're actually seeing his muscle tissue. Maybe. That's not scarring necessarily.
I mean, but how does acid like pH work? Like, it's not burning, right? Like, acid isn't burning, is it?
Yes, it burns.
But this is I guess it's stomach acid, stomach fluids, whatever.
The only reason we don't necessarily feel burning in our stomachs all the time is because of a layer of mucus.
For sure. But like,
But when that stomach acid, of acid reflux and stuff, that's when it gets up into your esophagus. And it actually burns that because it's not layered in that protective mucus.
I get that, but I'm saying like, obviously I'm not a chemistry specialist, like whatsoever. But like, I'm assuming that this is just like the reaction of the interaction of those chemicals, like the acid interacting with the skin or whatever. And if you're saying that it's burning, which I could agree with, unless it's shown to be otherwise, is this like informing us about his like durability to heat, or like
I think it's a
different
so
kind of
acid
reaction?
burns and fire burns are different. So this is more of a kind of dissolving kind of thing, whereas the
Okay,
fire burn is
so it's a dissolving. Yeah, that's not the same thing. Dissolving and evaporating through fire or burning is not the same thing.
yeah.
Okay, so then that's how resistant he is to dissolving. This is a dragon.
It looks like it. I mean, I'd be surprised if through all the monsters he fought, none of them were acid based before. This has got to be something to do with the fact that it was a dragon class monster in terms of gums that's been coupled with Fuhrer Ugly. and I think the acid has become more dangerous and more potent, and that's what's causing this. But it can't be the case that, you know, if normal stomach acid, for instance, was just poured on him, he'd get damaged from that. If that was the case, then Darkshan has a major weakness.
I do kind of wonder the next level of Darkshine, if he does come back positive from all of this, is he going to layer parts of his body that have kind of been burnt off? Like we noticed when he punched Fuhrer Ugly and they did like the double fist to each other, and his hands burned and then you could see like the bone. Like, is he going to get like cybernetic gold armor and stuff to cover those parts of his body now?
Maybe. He need to start wearing a paper bag over his head. I don't want to see his face no more.
I mean, it could be a gold bag.
Nah, man. A classic lunch paper bag. That's what
Yes,
he need.
and he'll dip it in gold. It's like, no, now I'm resistant to corrosion.
He need to pull up like Tuesday in an ordinary. Tuesday.
You sound bad. So we got two introductions, the long-awaited arrivals of the reinforcements, Metal Bat and King. What is? Let's get straight to it then, I guess. What are you expecting from Metal Bat?
Let me just say, man, my boy's here. The bad boy. You know what I'm saying? Metal Bat came in there with the silhouette. Once you seen that silhouette, I was like, oh yeah, it's about to go down, man. It's about to go down. Listen, I don't know what to expect from Metal Bat because honestly, when we saw him in the hospital and we found out that he was going to be in this arc, I didn't see like what role he was going to play then, but it seems based on like what they're doing in this current chapter that they're going to be fighting off against like the detached forces, kind of like just the miscellaneous opponents that aren't Homeless Emperor, Golden Sperm, like characters like that. That's what seems to be their purpose right now. And if it's that, then I think Metal Bat can do good. Because I don't think if he up against like Homeless Emperor, Golden Sperm, he might be in some trouble. So pick your fights wisely, young man.
Yeah, I'm really happy he's here. I think like Satsuki, I'm just wondering where he's going to go, because if he's just popped these black sperms out of existence, does that mean he's going to be traversing kind of the battlefield? And if he comes across the rest of the black sperms, which are attacking Genos and Tatsumaki, I think that would be a big help for them because they're in a bit of a pickle. He's actually looking for Garou, so maybe he might find Garou, but we've already got that fight sorted out. It's between Bang and Garou. Hopefully we get to see that. And then the final thing, I think, besides obviously Homeless Emperor and Golden Sperm, is Fuhrer Ugly, who's making his way towards the Bang and Garou fight, actually, which is where Metal Bat wants to go. So maybe he's gonna kind of tag along with him or fight him and try, maybe along the way they encounter Bang and Garou, but I'm not too sure where exactly he's going to be used.
Yeah, his role in this arc at this point is totally a mystery. Some of my predictions could be, like maybe he's just going to take out these detachment forces. That's just going to be the thing that he does, and then he'll like group up and maybe do some combo moves with some of the other heroes. Or kind of a fun thing is he meets up with Homeless Emperor and then, he launches one of his exploding light balls, and he just keeps batting them away. Because, he is an S-class, so it's not entirely hard to believe, just how Yan and Mustachio were able to defend against the extreme carpet bombing that, especially with some fighting spirit activated at that point, Metalbat could do the same. So that would be kind of a fun way. He start defending heroes and whatnot, and then they go in for attacks and things like that. That could be cool.
I think Metalbat's about to do that thing to old boys. And well. We pretty much have covered this in other podcasts when we first saw him on his journey here. We get to see if he gets that power up finally. Everybody's trying to talk junk about, we don't know if he has a power up. Probably didn't get a power up. Fighting spirit works, this and that. We'll see, right?
Okay, so the question is, who do you think he'll fight against?
Ooh, man, if he pops up against Homeless Emperor and starts smacking his balls back to him, I'd be like, damn. That's a bit funky.
Isn't it coincidental when Homeless did the horizontal thing? That looks exactly like when you go to the cages and you have the automatic
cages.
The automatic ball feeder. So, wouldn't be surprised if I saw that edit somewhere. I'm gonna make that edit low key. I'm gonna go back to the Metalbat fights and when he's winding up. Low key probably use the chapter or the page where he smacked the sewer lid that Garou through. That panel would probably fit. Key.
Interesting enough, that could be a way to at least get Homeless Emperor off guard, because no one has deflected his attacks back at him.
Yeah. And Metalbat's bat is presumably indestructible, so this would be a true test of its durability.
No, Fuhrer would.
Well, actually, because in this chapter, Fuhrer Ugly's acid was blocked by Homeless Emperor's orbs, and I'm pretty sure when his orbs locked the acid, it was steaming up as if it vaporized the acid. So his orbs might actually be able to burn away the acid to such an extent where it not even droplets got to him, to Homeless Emperor.
Just evaporates.
Yeah.
But then again, by that logic, I guess that does mean that Fuhrer Ugly does still have some level of physical form. It's not just stomach acid, in his vague form. Because, otherwise he would just have been evaporated after that, what do you call it? Straight line bombardment. So Fuhrer Ugly had the worst case of duck lips in that one panel.
Fade the fuck out.
Next person that showed up coincidentally to make a difference was King. Now, King is kind of a... You know what? Let's hold off on King. There's too much hype there. Let's talk about the big pussy. Trash. He who has been tarnished. Child Emperor.
Yeah.
You guys remember the sequence, right? Or should I read the sequence to remind the viewers? Let me read
Go
the
ahead.
sequence. Yeah, let me do that. So, Chad Emperor explains this is his status report. The main operation of extracting the hostages from the Monster Association's hideout was successful. At that point, we switched over to a monster cleanup operation. With the Tornado of Terror's telekinesis, the underground base was completely annihilated. Additionally, the apparent head of the monsters seems to have been crushed. A number of powerful surviving Kadri-class monsters then appeared from the earth. While Tatamaki had exhausted her strength and was nearing her limits, S-Class hero Zombie Man and A-Class hero Sweet Mass were caught in a surprise attack. Their current status are unknown. As for me, I barely managed to survive by escaping into an opening in the tunnel. He big fast. At this point, on the surface, I predict that the Hero Association's main forces are in critical condition. Metal Knight. No. Dr. Beaufoy. The power of the weapons you possess is beyond that of any lone hero. If you don't take a cooperative stance toward the Hero Association here, you may be seen as a threat to them, jeopardizing your current position. Now is the time. I strongly urge you to rise up and assist us. Additionally, I estimate the oxygen in this space will last me less than 10 minutes. Even if I die, I would like to add that the extraction of Zombie Man, who is poised to be the next psychological pillar of the Hero Association, should be prioritized. What do you think?
Um, I forget like who said it. Well, we were because we all knew Child Emperor was alive, but I think somebody mentioned his underdog, tech, maybe possibly being the thing that protected him, which I don't like really because that shit should have been completely destroyed. It should be no trace of that shit.
Yeah.
That's the odd thing about it. I find it hard to believe it's that durable. But as far as like Child Emperor basically camping out playing Flappy Birds while everybody's fighting, I said as many times before, Child Emperor is depleted. The one thing that he could do in this situation other than fight is maybe, just direct the situation, like be the point guard of everything. Look at things from an objective standpoint and go like kind of like what Garou was doing with everybody and assign them to different people, but they're entangled anyway, so it's not like they can just pick their matchups. Like I don't feel like this hatred for Child Emperor that you do, Grimm. I'm interested in why you feel this way based on this chapter.
Who the hell is this dirty, pigly piece of shit who can't even beat a goddamn Phoenix, who's sitting here crying for whatever goddamn reason to talk to Beaufoy about his position being jeopardized, about him being seen as a threat to the association? Who are you? Who built the base, man? Who survived Boros' attack? You would all be dead. Everybody there would be dead. There would be no Hero Association if it were not for Metal Knight. What the hell is he talking about? Where anywhere in the story? Somebody told me in a reread or in a redraw, supposedly some shit like that is alluded to. Where in the story does it say that his position is being jeopardized or is jeopardized by his absence? That's my problem with this. Like, where's Blast? Like, the nigga was literally here, and now he's not here helping. Same thing for Drive Night. Where was Drive Night whenever Boros attacked? Like, I don't see anything, any quotes, any messages, any signals about them.
He was gathering monster sap.
So is your issue more so that he's focusing and calling out Metal Knight specifically, or is it that he's not keeping the same energy with other heroes who are also S class?
More so that I've never had this alluded to before. It's not a bad plot point. I think that would be a good plot point, but it's coming out of nowhere. Like, why is this guy, the guy who's his assistant, worried about him being seen as a threat to you? Like, and that's the other part, that it's not like that's a drastic step. That's like 2 or 3 steps past what you would assume. It's not like, oh, he's not going to be a hero anymore. It's not like he's going to lose his rank or even lose S class or leave the association. It's that he's going to be seen as a threat. Like, what? What has he done to be a threat? You listening to Drive Night? Like, what the fuck did you? Like, what's going on here, bro?
Nah, nobody caught that conversation. He good.
But I mean, his inaction, I think, is where he's coming from. It's like, you could do so much. You could send in armies, you know, an air force, just legions of robots. You could come help us, if nothing else, slow down this threat or completely annihilate it. But you choose to do nothing. How is the Hero Society or Association going to view that in our direst of moments? I think that's what he's saying. It has to be.
Sundown? You got any opinions on this piece of shit?
I mean, you made mention of him fighting against a certain Phoenix, and I had strong opinions of that Phoenix at one point in time, which turned out not to be so great. But yeah, Child Emperor. I mean, the way he calls out Bofoy here, I didn't really have too much of an issue. I didn't really think about it too much, to be honest. And I don't think I still have that much of an issue. I mean, I understand he's trying to rally in Bofoy no matter what, and seeing as he's assistant, he feels he can talk to him a certain way. And I assume the reason why he didn't do this with characters like Blast and stuff like that is A, because maybe he doesn't have Blast's number, B, because it looks like at some point him and Bofoy had enough of a relationship to be like asking each other to grab some like fried chicken or something on the way to wherever they were going. But yeah, I mean, if that becomes, come again? What was that?
Oh no! It just keep going, man.
Yeah, so the fact that they had that relationship, I think, is why he was speaking like that. But yeah, if that becomes like a plot point, like, you know, Bofoy didn't make it to the battlefield, he's now at least kind of morality wise an enemy to the Hero Association. That would be a bit of a weird plot point, but it'd be a good plot point to find out more about Bofoy himself.
I think the issue why, like, it's also, I guess, because he's the assistant of Metal Knight, but I also think it's just because of how much power people know him to have, and the fact that he's inactive is kind of like the reason people don't say anything about Blast, especially when it comes to Child Emperor, is because he's probably never seen Blast in his life. As far as he knows, Blast is just, that position is taken, but like there's no way to contact him. That, like, he's so inactive that he doesn't even come to your mind when you think of any like getting any aid in this situation. So, like, the next best person to ask for help in a situation that isn't already fighting would be Metal Knight. So I think that's the reason why he honed in on him. The whole thing about, like, him being seen as a threat, I think that comes also from, like, what Metal Knight said about him, like how like people are aware of how much tech he has, and they're kind of wary of that because they don't like really know his true intentions. And you can say that about a lot of characters, but I think with Metal Knight, a lot of people are kind of on edge when it comes to him for whatever reason. So I think that's just like that extends to Child Emperor's comments in this chapter. But I do think I'll agree with you on one thing, Grimm. I do think it was like a jump to go like, okay, you're not here. Okay, you're enemy. Like it should be like, damn, bro, you gonna let us die like this? Like that's how you rocking?
I mean,
boys.
I just seen a comment that was saying that that Drive Knight told Second Guard that Meta Knight was a traitor, but I don't remember seeing Second Guard tell Child Emperor that. The only time Child Emperor went to the surface was when Mizuki was there, and she was like trying to top him off and shit. And he went back down to go fight.
Oh my god, bro! I'm so tired of that narrative, man. She is not a Shotokan.
Hey, bro, look, we not even speaking of that narrative, because we're not going to talk about how Mizuki wanted to Child's balls. Then we got the other prominent relationship in the scenario. In the first or the second, I believe, I'm not sure which one. I think it was the second. S-class meeting. Tatsumaki gave King a look whenever she heard that he was out there fighting monsters all night long, assuming that it was all high dragons and above dragons, and he was out there manhandling stuff. Because, all blooded up, dirty, smelling like just blood and guts. Big, strong Diesel King coming in there to the hero meet, commanding attention, running that bit. She liked it. She got wet. We saw what the chair was looking like after she got up.
No, we didn't. What? That was like an extra special chapter? I didn't read that.
That was 93 part 2.
Oh shit. Okay. I gotta go back to that.
So we've seen Tatsumaki and Genos work together this entire time. They're back to back. We know how they were Kareem before, and now they're one of the only people she trusts to fight with. Well, the other one's King. Am I leading on too much to the whole King Tatsumaki thing? Or am I leading on too much to the whole Genos Tatsumaki thing? Or is it really how it looks?
Nah, I think you're one of those people in the My Hero Academia fandom who ship all the people together. Yes. Those people.
All
The
people
mega
together.
shippers.
Bro, you can't tell me that the female and male
Cat got your tongue?
you can't tell me, bro.
What?
Good.
Okay, like I gotta restructure this question a little. If the question is kind of like what ship I think has more validity, or which one I support more, if we're talking about Tatsumaki and King, Tatsumaki and Genos.
Yes, both. Matter of fact, out of the whole series, both questions. Which ship do you think has the most validity? And then which ship do you support the most?
Well, when we're talking about those two characters, I just believe the Tatsumaki and Genos one is a little more interesting. I think the one where we see like Tatsumaki kind of looking kind of thirsty when she looks at King after say he did his thing in Z City, is more so of it's kind of like this look of like, damn, oh, you really did that, huh? You kind of built like me. It's kind of like her acknowledging his strength and like being fond that there's somebody who's like perceived to be around her level. So I think that's more so what it is. With Genos, it seems like there's this budding amount of respect that Tatsumaki is starting to have for Genos, and Genos seems to he's starting to get used to Tatsumaki's personality. So I just think their dynamic is a little more interesting in that regard.
So no.
Yeah. I agree with Satsuki. I think I like the relationship between Tatsumaki and Genos more. just simply because we've been getting more of it, and there's more substance to it at the moment, in the sense of they both have been at odds with each other for a long while now, and I think through the fights that they've been in this arc in particular, they've kind of found out that, you know, the other isn't just some person who talks the talk and doesn't walk the walk. They both have the qualities of a hero. They're both putting everything on the line, and they've